Awesome. Since we're both on our knees, we'll just start right here. And as always, we'll take a second to meditate and check in with ourselves. Just bringing that gentle lift through our spine, but even though we have that lift, our muscles are soft and relaxed. We just start to notice what we feel in the body. All the way down and all the way through. Just feeling one more breath move in and out. And we can start to open our eyes. Let's just do a little shifting side to side while we're here on our knees. Oh, I should have let you stay from seated. Just a couple more times. And then coming to a stop, we'll lift up and move right into camel posture, hands to the low back. Pushing the hips forward, lifting through the heart space. As always, there's no need to crunch your neck back if that's not comfortable. But if it does feel okay to drop your neck back, go for it. Let's get one more deep breath into the heart space. And as we exhale, coming into child's pose. Unwind, the knees go out, toes go in, and relax the upper body forward. Filling the low back and hips with breath. And when this exhalation is ended, one more time in camel posture, lift up onto your hands and knees, and then round all the way up. Hands to the low back, hips go forward, heart lifts, inhale deep. And exhale, thread the needle, sink your seat back, the left arm goes out, the right arm goes underneath. And beginning to switch sides, let's lift up and unwind. We'll take the right arm out this time and the left arm goes under. And as we lift up and unwind from here, one more time, camel pose. Rounding up, hands to the low back. Breathe deep into the heart space as we inhale. And exhale, lowering to the hands and knees. We'll begin some cat and cow. So as we inhale, the stomach drops. As we exhale, rounding up. Just moving back and forth at your own pace. I'm always a fan of making additional movements, whatever feels good. Just really feel into your body. And then coming to a stop, let's round back up onto our knees. Our left leg is going to go out to the side. Our toes are going to pop up to the ceiling. Some folks seem to think it's more comfortable to have their foot down to the floor. And if you're one of those folks, that's okay. We'll take our right arm up and over. We really want to rotate our chest open to the ceiling. Breathe into your ribs. And as we exhale, this top arm comes down to the floor, either at the outside of the right knee or ideally the right ankle. Our left arm goes up and over, palm facing the floor, deep breath in. And as we exhale, let's come back to center. We'll do that on the opposite side. So this time the right leg goes out and the left arm goes up and over. Feel free to make all the adjustments that you need. Breathe into the ribs, rotate open. And as we exhale, top arm comes to the outside of the knee or ankle on the left side. The right arm goes up and over. Deep breath in, push your hips forward. And as we exhale, completely unwind. Child's pose with prayer hands behind the head. So take your time to lower down. Bring your hands together behind you. If you want to give some extra pressure of your elbows down into the floor, you're welcome to do that. And then taking our time to unwind, lift up onto the hands and knees. We're going to move into a plank position. So walk yourself forward a little ways first, and then tuck your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips. We're straight as an arrow. Our tailbone is tucked. Push the floor away. And then sinking your seat back to down dog and walk your hands right back towards your feet in a forward fold. And if you want to shift and move, you can do that. If you want to be still and relax forward, that's good too, whatever feels best. Feel your hamstrings opening, your spine getting long. And starting to walk our hands out towards the left side, looking out underneath the right arm, breathing into the right ribs. And then switching over to the right, looking out underneath the left arm. And then coming back to center. Our heels are going to be hip distance apart. We're going to slightly turn our feet outward, drop your seat down to the floor for a squat position. If you need to make some adjustments or be more on the balls of your feet, that's fine. Just like child's pose, we're breathing into the low back and hips. And our hands begin to relax to the floor. Lift your seat, turn your feet back inward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, round up through your spine, arms overhead, big wake up stretch. And then exhale, hands to the heart space. Starting to step your feet a little wider than hip distance apart, and we're just going to get our spine ready for twists. So we'll let our arms swing side to side. Your heels might lift when you move. You might get some snap, crackle, pops while you're doing this. And then coasting to a stop. Let's interlace our fingers behind us, roll our shoulders back and down, take a shoulder blade squeeze. And then exhale, forward fold. Try to push your fist forward. If we need to have a bend in our knees to be comfortable here, that's okay. And as we exhale, let's release our hands to the floor. Walking yourself out to down dog. Take your time in down dog to shift and move, feel into it. With our next inhalation, we're going to breathe our right leg up to the ceiling, put a bend in the knees, stack your hips, and look out underneath the right arm. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to step through to a low warrior. So take that right leg forward, your left knee goes to the floor, and we're breathing our arms up overhead. Nice. And really sink your hips down into it. One more breath in. And this time as we exhale, we're taking both hands to the floor at the inside of the right foot. You'll probably want to heel toe out to the side a little bit. And you're welcome to stay right here. If you like to lower down to your elbows and forearms, you can. If you want to shift and move, you can. Just relax into it while that right hip opens. After this next breath, carefully, mindfully, let's lift ourselves up. We're going to tuck our back toes under and go right back into that three-legged dog position. So tuck your back toes under and that right leg goes back up to the ceiling, open towards, or twisting open towards the ceiling. Inhale deep. And then exhale back to down dog. Let's do all that on the opposite side. So this time the left leg goes up to the ceiling, stack your hips, look out underneath the left arm, breathe in deep. And exhale, taking low warrior. Sweep that left leg forward, sink into it, arms overhead. No rush to get there, take all the adjustments you need to. Breathe. And our arms come down to the inside of the left foot. And again, you'll probably need to heel toe out to the sideways. And if you lower down to the floor on the opposite side, do that again. Just try to relax into it. Next breath in, let's make our way into that three-legged dog position. So start to lift up, hands under the shoulders. And when you're ready, tuck the back toes. Let's take that left leg back up and move. And then exhale, back to down dog. Knees beginning to relax down to the floor. Walking ourselves all the way out onto our elbows and forearms. If we want a little deeper back bend in our Sphinx posture, we can put a bend in our knees. If we want to go deeper than that, push your hands into the floor and lift your elbows. And we really want to stay lifted through the head in this posture. So don't let your Shoulders lift up by your ears. Let's start to relax our feet to the floor. Hands come back underneath the shoulders, pushing yourself up onto your hands and knees, and then crossing your ankles, let's roll back to seated and take a seated forward fold. So once we're in our cross-leg position, let's inhale, lift up out of your waist first, and then exhale, walk yourself over your legs. Just relax. Next breath in, let's take reverse table. Inhale yourself up, unwind your legs, hands come behind you. Inhale, lift your hips as high as you feel comfortable to go to the ceiling, only drop your head back, that feels okay. Breathing. And release. Lower back down, back into our seated forward fold, but this time we're switching our legs. So whichever was in front before, do the opposite one. Breathe yourself up out of your waist, and then exhale, walk yourself forward. One more time, let's breathe ourselves up and move straight into our reverse table position. Unwind, lift up, taking 3 breaths. And then releasing back down to the floor. If we can, we're going to cross our ankles and roll back forward onto our hands and knees. If that's not how we're gonna get there, it's not a big deal, whatever you need to do. We're gonna do that same set of postures that we did before by rounding up onto both knees. And we're taking our gate pose to stargazer. So we'll take our left leg out to the side, taking your right arm up and over, really reach through your side body, rotate open. Imagine you're breaking through your ribs with your inhalations. And as we exhale, top arm comes down to the outside of the right leg, wherever feels most comfortable. Our hips reach forward, our left arm goes up and over. And as we exhale, making our way back to center. We'll do that on the opposite side. The right leg goes out, the left arm goes up and over. Really reach. And then top arm comes to the outside of the left leg. Our hips reach forward, right arm overhead. And as we exhale, starting to unwind onto our hands and knees. Let's take some cat and cow postures again. Inhale, drop the stomach down. Exhale, rounding up. Whatever movements feel good to make, go for it. And beginning to coast to a stop, let's take our twists. We'll walk ourselves out onto our elbows and forearms first. And then once we're there, our left arm is going to extend out in front of us. Our right leg is going to go to an angle out of the side. Our right arm is going to go out to the side. And then that right arm goes up and over, all the way back behind us. Again, make any of the little movements or adjustments that you need to be able to really soften into this. And beginning to unwind, let's do this on the opposite side. So this time our, excuse me, our right arm goes out to the side, the left leg goes out to the side at an angle, left arm to the side at an angle, and then open. Again, adjust if you need to, and then just try to relax. Next breath in, let's start to unwind back to center, and we're gonna move right into locust pose. Our arms come down by our sides. With the breath in, let's lift our legs, lift your upper body, and really imagine squeezing the muscles in your back. And then release. As we lower down, our arms come out to the sides in a big letter T. Let's rest our left ear to the floor. Put a bend in the right leg. And that whole right leg and right hip goes up and back for another twist. And then taking this over to the opposite side, starting to unwind, flipping the right ear to the floor, putting a bend in the left leg, and the left leg and left hip goes up and back. And then starting to unwind, again coming back to center. One more time, locust pose. Let's inhale, lift the upper body, lift the legs, squeeze your back muscles. And then release. Let's bring our hands under our shoulders. We'll lift ourselves up onto our hands and knees. And then moving into frog pose. So knees go out as wide as we can possibly bring them. And then turning your feet out to the side. If we're able to, we'll lower down to our elbows and forearms. If we're able to, we'll start to sink our seat back. And our hands begin to come underneath our shoulders. We'll start to lift ourselves up, bringing your big toes together first, and then bringing your knees back to center. Let's tuck our toes, lift our knees, lift our hips for down dog. We're going to take our right leg one more time up to the ceiling. Bend the knees, stack the hips, look out underneath the right arm. Deep breath into your side. And this time as we exhale, we're going to take the right knee behind the right wrist for pigeon pose instead of our low warrior. So as always for pigeon, our front shin is kind of moving in the direction of being horizontal in front of us. You probably won't make it right there. If you do, that's great, but we don't want to force ourselves into that. And then lower yourself down. Relaxing over the right leg. Next breath in, our hands come underneath our shoulders, starting to lift our upper body. For just one breath, as we're lifted in our pigeon pose, let's try to interlace our fingers behind us. Roll your shoulders back and down, take a shoulder blade squeeze, inhale deep into your chest. And as we exhale, release your hands underneath your shoulders one more time. We'll tuck the back toes under. Take that right leg back up to the ceiling, bend the knees, stack the hips. Deep breath into your side. And as we exhale, returning to down dog. And we'll do all of that on the opposite side. So this time the left arm goes up to the ceiling. Bend the knees, stack the hips. Deep breath in. And then exhale, pigeon pose. Left knee behind the left wrist. Shin is going horizontal or pretty close to it. And then relax forward. This next exhalation has ended. Let's lift ourselves up. We're going to take that same shoulder blade squeeze on this side. So the upper body lifts. Interlace your fingers behind you. Breathe into your chest. And then exhale, hands come underneath the shoulders, stuff your back toes under one more time. That left leg unwinds, goes back up and over. Deep breath into your ribs. And exhale, down dog. With the breath in, let's step or jump to the top of the mat. Folding with an exhalation. Rising with an inhalation, arms up overhead, big wake up stretch. And then exhale, hands come to the heart space. Just pause and notice how you feel. Making our way into triangle postures. Oh, hey. Let's keep our left leg forward. Our right leg takes a pretty decent sized step back. Our heels are in one line, back foot is turned forward. Arms to a big letter T. Reach out as far as you can first, and then tip over into triangle pose. Gently press your feet into the floor. Our toes are spread out wide. Our forward leg is straight. Last breath in. Exhale. This top arm comes down towards the floor. We're going to put a bend in the forward leg and step to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, arms overhead. And exhale, hands come to the heart space. And we'll do that on the opposite side. So this time the left leg is taking a pretty big step back again. Check the alignment. Our heels in one line, back foot turns forward, arms to a big letter T. Reaching really far out first, and then tip over. Pressing your feet just gently into the floor. Breathe into your ribs, your hamstrings, wherever you feel tension. Keeping your shoulders away from your neck. Last breath in. And exhale. Top arm comes down to the floor one more time. We're putting a bend in the forward knee. Inhale, step your feet together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. And exhale, hands come to the heart space. Nice. Let's make our way down towards the floor. We'll breathe our arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, hands plant to the floor. We're stepping back to a plank position. And if we want to lower knees, chest, and chin to the floor to lower down, that's great. If we feel comfortable enough So lower down and try to hover, we can do that also. With an inhalation, the upper body lifts, we're pressing our feet into the mat. And then with an exhalation, make your way back to down dog. Knees start to relax to the floor. If we can, we're going to cross our ankles and roll back to seated. And then making movements to come all the way onto your back body. Our knees come into our chest. We'll hug them in, rock side to side. And then coasting to a stop. Let's relax our feet to the floor by our sit bones. Excuse me, tuck your shoulders under and windshield wiper your knees side to side. And then coasting to a stop. Let's extend our legs out as long as we can. Again, our shoulder blades are tucked, our palms are facing the ceiling. Just let your feet relax out to the sides. The back of our neck is long across the floor. And then just let go. Just noticing any sensations. And our breath begins to deepen. We might begin to shift our head side to side across the floor. You might start to make some ankle rotations or other movements through the hands and feet, wrist rolls, anything that feels good. And then finally, one big wake up stretch. Our arms go overhead. Inhale deep, really reach. And as we exhale, carefully, mindfully, we make whatever movements it takes to come up to a tall seated position. We have a gentle lift through our spine. Just like we began our practice, even though we have that lift happening through the spine, our muscles are soft and relaxed. We can start to bring our hands either to prayer in front of us or just rest them on your heart space, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And just holding that final moment of gratitude for yourself, everyone who joined us for practice together. We want to make this practice possible for us. Remembering to take this same meditative attention with us throughout the rest of our day as well. And as always, thank you for being here. Namaste. Thank you.